But one day, this couple came in, a young couple, and they had a baby, and the girl was pregnant. And they're in their 20s, probably. They came in a little Toyota pickup back in the day when there were no extra cabs, and so they were having to have the husband drive, the wife sit in the middle, and the kid in the car seat. Very tight, but I mean, I was poor when I was having kids; they could do it. And they wanted to buy a little SUV. Again, bad credit. They didn't have a lot of equity in the truck, so down payment wise, they were going to be real short on that. And we sat down in the. You guys have all done this if you bought a car. You sit down in the showroom at a table, and I'm like, look, at this point, at this point, I was married to kids, so we had all 8 kids. They were young; they were all under 18, probably. And so I'm talking to these kids that are, you know, older than my kids, but not very much. And I said, look, here's let me just make a let me just make a suggestion to you. She's not due yet. She's still got about 6 months, before she's going to have this baby. Why don't you wait a few months, get some more equity in the truck, try to raise some more money for a down payment, get your credit straightened out. So when you do come back and buy a little SUV, you're in a better position. You're not going to pay too much for the car. They're saying, you know what, that's super nice of you. We really appreciate it. And I said, look, call me back and I'll get you the right people and we'll get you a good deal on this car. You're going to get yourself in a bind right now, and I don't want you to do that. I had already been through that in my life. I don't want them to do that. So I go walk back upstairs to my office, and the sales manager runs out and grabs these kids before they get into the truck. And I see them walking back into the dealership. I went home that day, and the next day I came in, the sales manager calls me to his office and says, look, why did you let that client walk out of here yesterday? I said, I just think it was a bad deal for them. I don't think it was fair to do that to these kids. And look, they're going to probably buy a car from us anyway. Maybe they'll go somewhere else, but with a good conscience, I could not sell them something and get them in a bind financially. So they reprimanded me and almost got fired from that.